United States. And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of Banned in Japan show, Banned in Japan. How are we doing? I'm over here tripping on camera. All right, tripping over my microphone cord. It's always fun. So, yes, that little clip you heard is from someone very, very famous. You may have heard of him. His name is Barry Centeno, or Centero, or whatever, Barry Centeno. I think it's Centero. His name, you usually know this guy by is Obama. Barack Hussein Obama. I'm not really gonna get into that. That's another episode, another video for another day. But pretty much what the second episode of Banned in Japan show is about. I'm gonna try to stop doing that lip smacking stuff too. This sounds horrible audio wise. What I'm gonna try to do in this episode, and the topic is pandemonium, fear, and mask, and we can throw control in there as well. I mean, like with all this stuff that's going on, people don't realize the power grab that the people at the Most High are trying to do, or not the Most High, but I'm talking the rich families that control North America. Let's talk about the region we're in. So there's this giant power grab, and I mean, if you're not familiar with this, it's called Agenda 21. You can go look this crap up. You can probably look it up on Google. Like I said, there's more than one search engine. I mean, Google's a good search engine, but look at other search engines too. And you can fight me in the comments, whatever. But yeah, pretty much with these masks. I mean, I go out to the store and I see people wearing these masks, and there's some people that don't wear them. I totally get that. And the pandemonium from all this going on, I feel like it's a little bit exaggerated, and there's arguments. Yes, I have this, little thread on Facebook. I think I mentioned it in yesterday's show. But you have these people saying, wear a mask. And you have these other people saying, don't wear a mask. I'm like, okay, whatever. To me, is it necessary? I say yes, but why try to force everybody to wear a mask? I know this is a touchy subject, and it's perfect for a channel just like this. It's just exactly what I want. I want talks like this. I want people to, let's question stuff, what's really going on, what's really behind this. And I'll tell you my opinion. I don't know if you guys remember, a couple of years ago, maybe it was 2009 or 2010, maybe it was 2013. It was in the Obama years, and there was this little sneaky rumor going around they're going to try to enforce Sharia law. I was is that true? I was how did that force it? Okay, pretty much from my rough understanding of Sharia law is it's kind of the Arabic law, businesses close at a certain time, and you gotta have your face covered in public, and there's all these other rules. You can go look it up. But they're wanting people to do this Sharia law stuff, and everybody, back in the day, they're thinking, oh man, that's gonna happen here, and they're oh, it never happened. What if I told you it kinda did? So the crazy thing is, and this is just my opinion, and you can beat me up in the comments or whatever, or send me hate mail. I'm still working on that. This is the only second episode. But I feel like they've already gotten there. When I mean they, I'm talking about the bad people in the government. They've already gotten their way of this Sharia law in some kind of weird way. So, like, you know, around the country, like, haven't you noticed, like, almost everywhere has, like, some kind of, like, curfew? I mean, like, where I'm at, we're not really under a curfew, but most of the businesses close at the same times around, like, 9 o'clock. 9 or 10 o'clock, most businesses close. I don't know how the whole bar scene is. I actually passed by a bar last night going on my way to work, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of activity going on. I mean, they're open, they're at 50% capacity, and I understand. Yes, this virus, it's a real virus. I'm not denying that, but like the pandemonium that we're getting from it, I just don't think it's warranted for like what the virus really is. I don't think it's that bad. Maybe it's because of the precautions we took. But if you sit there and break it down logically, I mean, is that really helping anything? To just, you know, hey, we're just going to take a 2-month vacation. Everybody just stay inside. Did that work? Because after like the states opened up, you start seeing the numbers start rising back up and all this other stuff. Now I can explain that. And I've been hearing this from a few medical professionals. Apparently, if they, once I start getting more viewers and maybe there's some nurses or they know some doctors, apparently they have their own like website that they can get on. That like me and you, we can't get on it because we're not like medical professionals, and it's like their own little chat room, right? I guess it's like the 4chan for like medical stuff. If you don't know what 4chan is, it's like a multi-message like board for different topics. There would be topics like on canned foods or paranormal, whatever. But they have the similar thing for doctors and nurses and whatever, RNs, registered nurse. But I've been hearing talks on there through this person I know. This person knows a doctor, and the doctor on there saying, these masks don't work. These masks are not helping anything. Like, stopping the virus. So, I'm just going to take that dude's advice. I mean, maybe, not all doctors agree on this subject, but I'm taking it from there. Like, this virus, some of the precautions they're doing, I don't think is really going to help anything. Standing 6 feet apart at stores, getting your temperature checked. Have you seen these new temperature gauges they have? It's like a little gun, and then they go like, all right, man, your temperature is like 98.7. You're doing great. You can go inside. But then, like, now I'm starting to see, like, with some of these temperatures, it's like, oh, yeah, your temperature is like 94. You're good. And I asked one of these professional doctor people, it's like, yeah, if your temperature is like 94 degrees, is that like okay? And it's like, yeah, you're like in hypothermia. You're basically dying. So who's to say that these new temperature read guns are either not calibrated right or they just don't read right? But that gets into something else, though. Something else that a lot of people's not talking about. And I heard this months ago. So you have these tests, right? The coronavirus test. I've never heard of anyone getting tested for something they think they're sick with. Now, let's say you get like strep throat. And it's like, oh, okay, I got a sore throat and all, and there's bumps in the back of my throat. I'm gonna go to the doctor. And I go to the doctor and stuff, and I'm like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do a strep throat test because you have like the symptoms of strep throat, and they test you, and it's like, doctor comes back in, and he's like, hey man, yeah, let me talk to you. I mean, I'm your doctor. I care and I love about you like so much, and I'm not really like after your money. Hey, not all doctors are like that. But anyways, they go like, yeah, you test positive for freaking strep throat, man. That really blows. And I'm like, oh man, I had the feeling, but the test told me like I have strep throat. So with this whole like corded thing that's going on, you have a test. So let's do the whole scenario again. You're in a doctor's office, and let's say you have allergies. All right, and I'm trying to remember this country. It's some country in Africa. But anyways, you go to your doctor, and like, oh, okay, yeah, I got the sniffles, and I've been sneezing. It's like, okay, we're going to give you a COVID test. Okay. First of all, my first question: when they're testing for COVID, are they testing for COVID 1, 2, 3? No? No? Well, COVID-19, they named it because that's the year that it was, discovered in. Okay, I understand that. So, maybe this is me having a layman's term on viruses, and I know they like replicate when they go into a new human. But which COVID are we talking about here? Now, when it comes down to the test, and they say, I'm the patient. I know my symptoms. Like, I know. Like, every time around springtime, I get freaking sniffles because of some freaking flower blooming or something. And I just don't, I'm just going to go get a test. So you go get the test, and they tell you, hey, you test positive for COVID. Oh, what a bummer. That's horrible if you ever get that news. Well, let me break this down to you, though. And this goes into the WHO, the World Health Organization. But like I said months ago, I heard from a source that these tests that were going to be coming out were going to get false positives and false negatives. So even if you were like actually sick with COVID-19, it would like give you a negative test reading saying you're okay, even though you're over there like hacking up your lungs and crap. So with all these tests that's going on, and I don't remember which country this was, but the leader of this country, it's somewhere in Africa, he tested one of these GMO like fruits, and it's basically like a hybrid of a banana and a mango like put together. It's like a banana mango fruit, and they did a COVID-19 test on it. And you want to guess what it came back as? I'll let you guess. Wow, you don't talk much, but I'm just gonna ruin this for you. It tested positive for COVID. Does that make any sense? Does it make? Well, that's weird. Let's question some stuff. So the same leader, he had the scientist test a goat. All right. And what do you know? The goat. You want to guess? You want to guess? Man, you gotta start talking more. Like seriously. But like, the goat tested positive for COVID-19, and this guy, the leader of this country, I cannot remember from my own life, but he was like, yeah, these tests are faulty. We don't want them. They suck. Get them out of here. So now you have here, in the United States, everybody's like, you need to get tested. You need to get tested. You need to get tested. Usually, if I'm going to get tested for something, I'm just going to see if I have the symptoms. Now, there is exceptions, all right? Unless you think you got AIDS or something, or you just wanted to know if you have it or didn't, go take the test. That's a good thing and noble thing to do, especially if you're sexually active. So get your AIDS test. But, funny thing with the whole AIDS, the guy that was like kind of in the White House arena, so this is around Reagan's administration. If you didn't know that Dr. Anthony Fauci, you've heard that name before. I'm sure you heard it recently, if you like to watch mainstream media. But did you know he was like a head, like, dude figure of like the AIDS crisis, like when all that pandemonium was going on? So let's fast forward to today. This is not this dude's first pandemic, all right? So this guy knows what he's doing. And guess what? He's friends with Bill Gates. And that Bill Gates guy, he's not getting a lot of good press right now. He's not. And yeah, I mean, I find it funny. He stepped down from Microsoft like 3 weeks into this whole like Corvid freak out, and all these other CEOs are like retiring or not retiring. They're just stepping down. They're leaving. They're leaving the country. Like, getting the hell out of here. Some people think that's the whole QAnon thing, and they're getting, they're fleeing town because they're going to get arrested. I'm kind of just over that at this point. I don't see these people getting arrested. I don't know if any criminal action will happen to them. But you do have this Obamagate going on. That's real interesting, and stay tuned for that one. That's going to be a great one. And of course, I'm going to talk about it on here. But my opinion on the mask is like, wear one if you think you're sick. But it's really hard to determine because how this virus is. But I mean, I'm telling you, man, this virus is gonna like replicate so much. Like, do we really even know what to do? Does everybody just need to start wearing masks when we go out? And no, you have that freedom of choice, and that's what makes this country awesome. You have the freedom of choice to do what you want. And they can't really say nothing to you if you walk outside your door. At least where I'm at, you don't have to wear a mask, and that is lovely, But there's some places that's like, okay, you need to do social distancing, sir. Sir, what are you doing? Drop that candy bar. What are you doing? You're right beside your girlfriend. Have you heard of social distancing? You need to start doing that right now. And there's pompous like assholes out here that think they're doing the world a favor. I went to this one store. I'm not gonna call it by name, but I saw this little sign. I couldn't even take it seriously, folks. I couldn't. And it says, "Heroes work here too." Now this is like some grocery store, and I'm like, wow, like really, you're a hero for doing your fucking job. Technically, I'm a hero. I go into my job, I do my thing, I'm technically a hero then. Oh no, I don't get that praise. I don't even want that. But, just how this virus is. Just think of this virus as like when the Twin Towers went down. Like, that's how epically big this is, and it's going to change this country probably forever. I hate to say that, and I hate to say the new normal, but I mean, this is what we're coming to, folks. So if you sit there and you take it, that's on you. And don't be complaining about, "I wish the old America was back. What the hell happened to old America? I remember when I used to go out to my mailbox and I'd check my mail without having one of them pilot drone things telling me to put on a mask and stay inside." Now I'm just saying, I know the term "new normal" that's starting to become like terminology in the American vernacular, and it's going to become like a normal thing, just like selfie. That wasn't a word. Someone came up with that word, and it just got put into the culture. Now it's just like a normal word. I believe it's in the dictionary now, or it has been for the last couple of years. But I'm just off on a tangent. But yeah, the mask. Just my opinion on the mask. See, I got one right here. That's pretty much how I feel about it. And people say, "You're so insensitive. You are a piece of garbage. You don't want to wear that mask to make sure your neighbors are safe." I'm like, well, I actually heard the virus can't actually go through ventilation systems through your AC or heat. Well, I don't care if you have facts. I'm just going to listen to what the lamestream media tells me to. I'm like, okay, you have the right to do that, but Do I think that, ooh, that's you know, the best thing to do is to just sit on your knees and just sit there and take it all in your mouth, just all in your mouth. I love this big red government oppression. Just eat that shit up. I'll put on the mask. I'll put on the mask. Oh, you're gonna give me some money? Oh, I want some money. Give me some money. It's okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you some money, and we're gonna make sure you stay inside your houses. Okay, that's what you need to do, and make sure you only buy enough food for yourself. And if we catch you like buying more than 2 rolls of toilet paper, you will be put in jail and you will be arrested. Oh, you want to go out there and walk your dog? Screw walking your dog. Let that dog poop in your house. Okay, some of these mayors are kind of on some power trip, and you can actually see the states now that it's actually trying to like follow the Constitution, and that's like a giant woohoo. But FEMA has taken over, so if we're still in a state of emergency, aren't we under FEMA's control? Agree to disagree? Tell me that I'm wrong. There is the comments. And I want to play this little clip again, all right? And I want you to listen to it. It's a pretty good clip, and it's from Barry Santero, all right? So check this out.
And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
Really? You're gonna sit there and take that? Big Daddy government, yeah, I know I have a family of like I have like 3 kids, and it's just myself, and yeah, I really like that money, and I hope you send more of it. So that'll be tomorrow's subject. Money. Very, very big one, and I'll get controversial on it. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. This is banned in Japan. So, one last thing before I get off here. I enjoy talking to y'all so much. You are my favorite audience. Something I'd like to do here is look at some headlines. I'm gonna try to do this every episode if I remember to. So let's just look at some headlines. And I like to go to Drudge Report, and they just link to a bunch of other stuff. But some interesting stuff going on there. And like I said, guys, I mean, think about how the government works. We give you one thing, but we take 2 things from you, while we distract you. So while you're in there quarantining and think you're being a hero and watching Tiger King, you're being misled, man. Don't believe in that stuff. So here we go. I'm going to read you some headlines, and this is just for today. Maybe part of it's for yesterday as well. And we're going to see, just the craziness that's going on, and hopefully I can be like a news beacon for you guys, because I just like you so much, and I'm doing this for free because I just like doing this. But here's one headline: Corbyn has quarantined our country. Totalitarian governors and mayors violating Constitution by holding country hostage. That's one thing right there. Facebook buys Gab for $400 million as tech giant plunges to banish all hateful memes. You see that? See that? That is called freaking tyranny. That's a bad thing if you didn't know. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things. California Psycho street art slammed up Cal. Yeah, Cal. Governor Newsom's tyrannical lockdown. It's like this picture, like Governor Newsom, and he's like looking like a psychopath. Oh, here's a good one, and it goes to our topic for today. Another headline. Um, Neurosurgeon says face masks pose serious risk to healthy people. All right, now so I'm going to read this, and this will be probably the end of the broadcast. And I hope you guys have a great day. But I mean, try to get this information out there, man, because that's just the right thing to do, brother. So we're being told by governors if we don't wear then if we don't wear how they word shit in here, if we don't wear masks, we are selfish, horrible human beings with no souls. Who, what? I mean, who wants saying that? You know? Yeah, you're gonna die a horrible death if you don't wear the mask. So the police are tracking people who don't wear masks properly in the subway. Not referring to which side of the country or the middle of the country this is in. But grocery stores are throwing masked people out and denying them service. But now there is another doctor weighing in besides Dr. Fauci. But the ruler of all this, oh yeah, you know, Fauci, real bad dude. But said face masks are largely a security theater and for no use to the healthy. So if you're healthy, don't wear the mask. All right, don't wear it. And I'll tell you where to find this article. But this doctor Baylock says there's no scientific evidence that is effective against COVID-19 transmission. Pro-science people should care about this. As for the scientific support of the use of face masks, a recent careful examination of the literature in which 17 of the best studies were analyzed and concluded that none of the studies established conclusive to a relationship between masks/respirators and protection against influenza infection. Keep in mind, no studies have been done to discriminate either nor a cloth or a mask or the N95 mask is effective on transmission of COVID-19 virus. Any recommendations, therefore, have been based on studies of influenza virus transmission, and as you've seen there is no conclusive evidence for their efficiency controlling the flu virus. So in retrospect, that until recently, the CDC is not recommending wearing a face mask or covering of any kind unless the person is known to be infected. Gee, I think I just said something like that a couple of minutes ago. But when a person has TB or wearing a face mask, either the community is not infected, and the recommendations by the CDC and the WHO. The recommendations by the CDC and the WHO are based on not any study that the virus has been used and contained in any other virus pandemic in history. So that beyond the scientific data to support wearing a mask, different to as Dr. Baylock says, there's more pressing concern it can and will happen to the weather. So basically he's saying once we go into this next influenza season, we'll have better studies. But I mean, it's a good little article. You can go to Action News. Go to Action News to get all this information. And I want to wish you guys a very, very happy Saturnalia Day. And I am your favorite president of them all. All right, guys, peace. Oh, and remember, here's the credits. It's me. I'm the only credit because I'm the producer. So, peace out.